Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to talk about Android traffic analysis. We are going to be specifically talking about how to intercept and analyze traffic from Android applications. I have a sample application I want to show you. Basically, I've developed it for those specific cases. And guys, disclaimer, only use it for security analysis. This is the main goal here, to show you how to perform the security analysis. Alright, let's go and try it out. When we talk about the Charles download, you can get it from the Charles official website, and there are packages available for Windows, Linux and Mac. In my case, I'm using Linux. Charles just basically installed right there in the tools folder of my home directory. Basically, I go to Charles, then cd bin, and then I just start Charles like this. So we have it working right now, and we need to basically connect our emulator to the Charles application. First of all, let's check if any proxy server is installed on our device, on our Android emulator. Well, nothing is installed, right? So we can install it right there. But how to know which address to actually type there? If we go to help and del SSL proxy and then press this button right here, it's going to say you need to use this address. Okay, so we type this command, put global HTTP proxy and this IP address right there. We just press the enter button, and then we just type this command to actually check that proxy is set. It's all good, we are ready to intercept traffic. We can actually see the traffic flowing already in the Charles app, but if you take a look here, it's all encrypted and we cannot see anything. Traffic itself is just not going to be decrypted until we install the certificate to trust it. Basically, we need to install certificate right now. We need to go back to our emulator or device. We need to go to this website right here and download the certificate. Well, if you press this button, keep, it's going to download it. Now in settings, we need to type install certificates, install certificate, press install certificate right here, and we need to pick this CA certificate, and it's going to show this warning message. We're going to press install anyway. Then we pick the Charles Proxy certificate right here. Certificate installed, right? So it's all good. Now, if we type trusted credentials right here, and then we press there, we're going to see the system certificates. Those are installed by default in our Android system, and those are the user certificates. As you can see, it's a Charles Proxy certificate right here. So yeah, it was all successfully installed and we can now use it. Let's just open this website, HTTP bin, for example, right? Yep, and now we can see all the traffic right there. And if we open here, we can see it's all decrypted. So we can see actually the traffic right there. If I go here, proxy, say SSL proxy settings, as you can see, I've set the port to be 443, which is HTTPS, and basically opening all the websites, which means this asterisk sign. So it's all good. We are ready to intercept traffic from the websites. But what about intercepting the mobile application requests? So in this case, as you can see, there's Android Studio, there's my Android emulator, and I can start my application, and the website that we're going to be actually requesting is this one, http bin/get. In this case, you're going to see a bit of the difference. Let's clear all the traffic once again. Now let's press the run button. This is basically a fake bank application. Of course, it does not send any real requests right there. But yeah, let's log in here, and here's a button that says network connection test. Let's press this button and see what happens in Charles right now. Press the button, it says network test successful. And then if we switch back to Charles, you're gonna see HTTP bin, but it says unknown. In this case, traffic decryption actually failed because we need to use SSL pinning. As you remember, we need to use the Frida and Objection to decrypt that traffic. Here on the GitHub page, Frida installation, it says how to install it. Bunch of instructions, but what you need to do is basically to have Python installed. You need to type pipx install Frida tools. Then, of course, you need to install Frida server. In case of the Frida server, which you are going to actually install on your device, you need to go to this page and then pick the proper binary. You need to press this button right here. Then you need to go like this, Frida server, and you need to find the specific binary for your Android emulator or device. Well guys, you need to actually detect what kind of architecture you are using. In my case, this is x86 machine, so I just need to download Frida server Android x86 64, this one. But in your case, if you're running this on Apple Silicon, let's say, or Raspberry Pi or whatever, you need to use a different kind of binary for that. How to actually check what kind of binary, what kind of Frida server binary do you need? Well, you need to go to your shell of your Android device. So I type adb shell, and then we need to type your name RA. So in my case, it says x86, x64. In your case, it might be ARM or something else. So in this case, you just grab the proper binary. Alright, once you downloaded this, you need to actually push it to your Android emulator or Android device. Make sure you unzip this Frida server, and then you can push it to your Android mobile device. You can just type this command adb push, then Frida, if this is the name of the Frida server, and then this path, data local TMP. So this is just a typical path where you push your Frida server to. As you can see, one file is pushed, so it's all good. Also, make sure that you actually install the objection. So you need to type ppx install objection. In my case, it's already installed, so in your case, you need to actually install it before using. The next step is actually to run Frida on your Android device. For that, we need to just type adb shell data local tmp Frida. Well guys, something is off, right? It says permission denied, it cannot execute, and we need to actually fix it. First of all, we need to type adb root. Like that. So in my case, it's actually already running as root. In your case, it might be different, so just make sure that it's all running as root. The main problem here is that the Frida server does not have a permission to actually execute. So to fix that, we need to type adb shell chmod plus x, x means executable, and then type the full path, data local tmp Frida. Yep, it's all good, so now we are ready to actually execute the server once again. And this way we are going to execute it. But guys, you need to also add this symbol right here. So basically it just starts the process in the background. That's exactly what it means in Linux, Unix systems. It says address is already in use, because in my case, the Frida server is already running, so it's all good. Alright guys, so Frida server is running, and we're actually ready to communicate with our application and modify the way it works. So let's type this command, objection G, and then the name of the application, and then the start command. Let's press the enter button. Yep, so it's all good, and we can type the commands to actually interact with our application. Let's just type Android, SSL Pinning, then disable. Behind the scenes, it actually executed the Frida script to bypass certificate validation. And now, we should just press the network connection test. It should be decrypted. Let's press the button. And let's see the Charles. Yep, so we see HTTP bin right here, and it shows the GET request. And this is the request that we actually made. So it's finally working the way we want. Guys, as you can see, there are multiple moving parts right here. Set everything up in a proper way, otherwise it will not work. Do not forget about Frida server, do not forget about the tools that you have available, like objection. In the next lessons, we are going to talk more about how you can also use different ways to actually filter the traffic and modify the requests. Thank you for watching, please subscribe, please press the like button, and see you soon. Bye.